Welcome to Small Business, Big Network, the podcast for small business owners who want big results from their networking. I'm Liz Drury, a freelance voiceover artist who knows that if you're not working, then networking could help. Margaret Sinclair is the founder of Mind Tamers, a business that helps entrepreneurs to rewire that subconscious programming that keeps them stuck. She says that when it comes to networking, she's learned that it's best not to perform, just to be yourself. Thank you very much for joining me on the podcast, Margaret.
Thank you so much for inviting me, Liz. I'm really looking forward to this.
Now, I love the name of your business, Mind Tamers, which we'll dig into in a bit. But first of all, I wanted to know about your career journey, because I know this wasn't your first career, was it? What did you used to do before?
I don't even think it was my second career. But many moons ago, when I was in my early 20s, I was in the back of a car in a car accident. And I think I always say back of the car because it highlights I wasn't driving. And it caused some issues, not mega issues, but enough to be annoying. And I met a wonderful osteopath who put me together. And I thought, wow, that's a job. People will pay you to do that. So I then spent quite some time studying and then working as an osteopath until, unfortunately, I got arthritis in my hands, which meant I couldn't do that anymore. So what I did was I took the fact that I'd spent quite a lot of time and energy on helping people be less stressed. Because if people are less stressed, they suffer less pain and they get better quicker, which is good for them and it's good for me.
Yeah, I know that you treated some animals, didn't you, as well as people? You just tell me a bit about that.
Everyone who loves the animal bit. So yes, I would treat horses, dogs, the occasional cat. There was a pig called Chipolata in there as well. My friends always laughed because I would divide my day by species. So I'd start with humans and get smellier as the day went on.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, so you moved away when you got arthritis. I mean, was that really devastating that you had to give that up?
It was. I will be really honest with you. It was. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And for the first time in my life, I'd found something I was really good at. So I did have to grieve and work through. Yeah. But I went, right, because being an osteopath is niche. It's very niche and it's not many transferable skills. And I even did a brief stint at Marks and Spencer's part-time just to tide me over. While I went, right, what am I going to do? And what I did was I said, I love helping people. I adore helping people. It's my reason for getting up in the morning. So I went off and did some more qualifications that focused on the mind that I didn't have to use my hands for, and sort of evolved my way to Mind Tamers, where it is now. Yeah.
So tell me about the training that you've been through.
So, I mean, to be an osteopath, a fairly heavy training in the first place, but I'm also fully qualified hypnotherapist, coach, life coach and business coach, also neuro-linguistic programming, somatic work, breath work, emotional freedom technique, mindfulness, and some others. I love learning.
That's a lot.
It is.
Were they things that you had sort of personal experience of before, or were you just thought, what's out there that I can try?
Probably a bit of both. And if it worked for me and it was quick and efficient, that's what I love. I love being quick and efficient. Then I went and collected it into my toolbox.
And is there one particular therapy that you really love more than the others?
I really do blend them all. I know it's a bit cliche now for everyone to have their own method, but I think I use the hypnotherapy to get people relaxed and use the tools. But neuro-linguistic programming really blends well with hypnotherapy. And then I get people to go into their body and use somatic work. So it really is all of them, but probably the overarch of hypnotherapy. But if somebody can't be hypnotized, I have other tools.
Yeah. So who are your clients? Who's coming to you for help?
They are usually entrepreneurs and solopreneurs, but occasionally there might be sports people or musicians.
And how do they find you?
That's often a really good question, isn't it? Especially when you're running a business. They've normally met me or know somebody who's worked with me or has met me. So it's networking, it's personal referral, and quite often it's webinars and workshops.
Yeah. And for something like what you're doing, I think your personal recommendation, people are always going to go that route rather than just do a Google search, aren't they?
Yes, I think I've only ever once got somebody from Google, and that's because I was local to them.
Yeah. So tell me about the kinds of issues that people come to you with.
Normally, they would love something, but they're standing in their own way and they've realised that. They may even have read some books or done some courses, but normally they're just really frustrated. It's the words I look for are things like imposter syndrome, procrastination, lack of self-confidence. I would love to be able to charge more money, but ... Those are my people. Those are the people that come to me and I go, right, what's behind that? What are the thoughts and beliefs behind those? Let's get rid, put something empowering in, and then I just watch them fly and I love it.
And are they from any particular sector, or do you get a real mixture of businesses?
I get a real mixture of businesses. They tend to be women, but I've got some new men recently. Neurodiverse often, but again, sometimes neurotypical. Often creative, but I've got a couple of IT people at the moment. So there's no real specific. It's just people who are ready to get out their own way.
Yeah. And how long would you work with someone for typically?
Normally about 6 sessions. It depends on what they want to achieve, but normally 6 sessions.
Yeah. And what is it that we put in our own way, Margaret? Why can we not get past these blockers ourselves?
Well, what happens is as we go through life, our brain only has one job, and that's keep us safe and protect us. Not make us happy, not full of joy, not successful, but safe, according to rules it creates. Now, most of these rules we create before the age of 7, but other rules happen as life happens. And these rules are things like it's dangerous being judged. Failing is dangerous. I'm not worthy. I'm not good enough. All of these things. And often other people's opinions are as well. I shouldn't be too loud. I shouldn't take up too much space. And our mind goes, right, that's a rule. I'm going to put it in my little secret rule book that I've got hidden away. And that's what's going to run how I approach all of life. So if I go into a room, like a networking room, and I'm scared of being judged because that's dangerous, and I'm scared of failing because that's dangerous, and I'm not allowed to take up too much space, it will totally dictate how we behave in that room.
Yeah, absolutely. And so what's the first thing you do when a new client comes to you?
I listen. I create a safe space, make sure they know they won't be judged, and then I listen to a very rambling, all over the place conversation, and I listen to the words that they don't realise they're saying. That's normally key, is we will say what's really going on, but we won't realise it. And those are the things I start to pick up on. It's like, well, of course, if I go in there and they don't like me, then I'm like, okay, that's something that needs to be looked at. Or I go in and all of a sudden my mind goes blank. It's like, okay, let's talk a little bit about that. And I just gently unpick and poke the sore spots and just pull the threads, really.
Yeah. So tell me about a typical sort of journey that a client would go on with you.
I'm not entirely sure there is one, but normally they will come across me and I'll do a discovery call, and it's free and it's not a sales pitch. I really never is. I know everyone says that, but for me, it's do I create a safe space where you can express yourself and not feel judged? And do I think I can help you? If the answer to both of those is everything's fab, we go ahead and work together. If it's not, that's okay. I can find other people that can help you. But then the first session is the longest session, and it really is, there's so much catharsis and healing in just expressing ourselves and telling our story. So that's the first session. And there will be some work in there just to reinforce that your mind can change it's the way it works. And then I will pick probably the easiest thing to tick off first as the next session, because what it does is it says, do you know what, this really works, this can really change, look how amazing this can be if you don't have this belief in the background. And often many things will come from one root cause, and then the next session we're checking to make sure that the previous thing is gone, or if there's another layer, and we follow it through. But it can also be thrown out of whack because someone comes in and goes, this terrible thing just happened and I reacted in a bad way, how can I change that? But it follows the client, what the client needs.
Yeah. And how do you work with them? Is this done in person or is it done online?
A bit of both. Depends on the person and where they live and what they want. Some people just want to be in their own home in shorts and T-shirt in this weather and not drive anywhere, so online's perfect. And I do have some international clients from around the country, whereas other people, they want to come in person because home isn't a safe space and they want to be able to properly communicate. So it depends on what the client wants.
Yeah. And I think you have some group programs as well, don't you?
I do. I have some really exciting. I'm really like child at Christmas excited. I've got some new programs coming up, which I'm calling Master Your Mind. So they're like mastermind groups, but it's all about the mind, the nervous system. It's the imposter syndrome, the procrastination, and they're going to be starting soon. So they're small little groups where we can go on that journey together and help each other and really collaborate. It's going to be awesome. I'm really excited.
So tell me about some of the results that people are getting from working with you and what sort of feedback you get.
It depends what they come in with. So, for example, some people, they will come in and go, I want to be able to put my prices up, but it just petrifies me. Or every time I give a price, I instantly knock it down by 20%. And they've not said anything. So they will have a very clear, by the end, they put their prices up. In fact, I had one client who, within 2 hours of their first session, had put their prices up. And that's quite a clear. But for others, it's something, it can be a little bit ethereal. It can be, I just want to feel like myself. I just want to be able to go out and be my authentic self, because we go out and be the version that we think everyone else wants us to be. Yeah. And that's not so good.
Yeah. And I think you have a couple of free offers for people, don't you? A workbook and a webinar?
I do, because it's that know, like, trust, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I have a workbook which is brilliant at helping uncover what those little rules are that our mind have. It's those, the fear of failure. What am I worried about? Why am I making these decisions? It talks you through it so you can get a better idea of what the beliefs are that your mind has, so that you can then go, right, as I'm walking into this situation, I know my mind has this fear. That's why it's doing this. I've also got it's a really cool, gentle webinar. Both of them are absolutely free. And the webinar talks about the importance of being your authentic self and gives you just some simple tools to step into that authentic self, so you can just be you and attract the clients that want you, because they're out there.
Yeah. Do you speak at events as well, Margaret?
I do. I regularly run workshops, webinars. I'm talking at a couple of events coming up, one online, one in person. I just love to chat and help people, I think is the thing. I will talk for hours, so I'm going to try not to on this podcast.
Well, let's turn to the networking now. When we had a bit of a chat before the recording, you said that you'd had a bad experience at first, so tell me about that.
Oh gosh, my first ever networking, it went badly. So I hadn't done all the work myself, hands up to that. And I walked in very nervous, fresh-faced, and the structure of the networking should have been brilliant. I was told, we will introduce you to somebody so you don't walk in and know no one. So they said, let me introduce you to so-and-so. And I was like, that's great. And within 30 seconds of speaking to so-and-so, they went, oh, excuse me, my friend's here, and just ditched me.
Oh, no.
So I was there going, what do I do? So I went over and got myself a cup of tea, because, British tea.
Yep.
And I was like, right, big and brave, turned around, went up to these two friendly-looking people and went, hi, my name's Margaret. This is my first event. They went, that's nice, turned away from me and said, so the holiday was great. And I literally went and spent the next 10 minutes hiding in the bathroom.
Oh, no.
Because I knew the next section was dinner and no one could walk away from me. So I then went, sat down and actually started chatting to a lovely chap who I went to his daughter's wedding many years later. She's now a personal friend, and I meet up with him and his family regularly because they're now personal friends. That's the dichotomy of networking.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad something good did come out of it in the end.
Yes.
So tell me about how you network now.
My absolute passion now is not performing. I go out and I meet people. Now, I know a lot of really hot networkers, they go out and they've got a list of who's attending and who they're going to target. The thing is, I don't know who needs my help. So I just go out and I just chat to everybody as myself.
Yeah.
I don't perform. I don't put on a fake. Sometimes I'll be wearing jeans. Sometimes I'll be wearing an orange kilt. I can be a bit playful. And I just start creating connections. That's all it is for me. I'm creating connections, making friends, getting to know new people. Because I love entrepreneurs. We're all weird and wonderful. We're all here for different reasons and got great backstories. So I just go out and find those. And that's what creates the connection that leads to me working with them working with me finding people from my network to help them, or the other way around.
Yeah. So what do you find comes from networking?
Really great conversations, really open and honest conversations. And from there, sometimes I will help, sometimes I won't help. But because we've had a really good, deep, honest conversation, somebody might say, "Oh, you know what? Go and have a chat with Margaret, because she was really insightful, and she was just made me feel safe and not judged." And that's what you want from somebody doing that kind of work.
Yeah, yeah. Is networking something that you can help your clients with as well?
Oh, I regularly do, yes. I had one last year, and bless him, every time he went to go networking, he just went to the local cafe instead.
Oh.
That's not the first time. I know lots of people who will book up and pay and go and then just not turn up, or just stand in the corner and not talk to anybody. And you just feel awful when you do that, don't you?
Yeah.
You just feel so ashamed and embarrassed and like you're an imposter, and it's overwhelming, and you get all sweaty. So a lot of the work I do with people will help figure out why all those worries are there, get rid of them, so they can walk in and just go, "Do you know what, this is me, and I'm just really looking forward to making friends and meeting new people."
Yeah, yeah. So are there sort of top tips that you can share for networking?
The main one I always recommend is tummy breathing, because you can do that anywhere and nobody can notice. And that's simply not faster than normal, not deeper than normal, but start to breathe into your tummy rather than your chest. Now, two things happen. Number one, you're not thinking about, what if they don't like me? What if they laugh at me? What if nothing happens? You're going, is my tummy breathing? Is my tummy going in and out? You start to focus on something else. So you stop producing cortisol, which is really important, because that's the hormone that creates a stress response. That's the sweaty palms, the blank mind. And the other thing that happens is when we breathe from our tummy, neurologically, it actually tells our body and our mind we're calm. And our brain goes, okay then, let's be calm. So we become much calmer. A couple of minutes of tummy breathing is fabulous. Before you walk into an event, if you're about to go and speak to that scary person you'd like to know, even if you're just sort of sending the email or opening the email you've been worried about, tummy breathing is probably my key takeaway tip.
Yeah, love it. And so easy.
And that's it. Nobody knows you're doing it as well.
Yeah, yeah. So what for you is the best thing that's come out of networking, would you say?
Apart from building a business I absolutely love, I have made some fabulous friends, some really true friends. And I love that I get to work around and with these people that inspire me and lift me up and make me laugh. That's, definitely one of the highlights.
Yeah. So what's next for your business, Margaret?
So next week is the launch of my Master Your Mind, which is going to be epically, hilariously, brilliantly wonderful. It's going to be fantastic. I'm so excited. And then I am in the process of writing a book, which will collect everything together about understanding your secret rule book, all the beliefs we have, the ways it affects us, and how to rewrite those and work through them and improve your business. And there's a lot of people at the moment talking about empowering with finances. And a lot of the reason we're not empowered is our beliefs. I don't deserve, money is the root of all evil. So I'm starting to get involved in that a little bit too, to help empower people with finance, because if you're financially set or earning the money that you would love, life is so much easier.
Yeah. And to come back to where we started and the name of your business, Mind Tamers, did you come up with that, or did someone else name it for you?
No, I actually did. I went through all the puns, all the smart kind of things, and everyone had taken those business names, because you know what it's like when you're trying to name a business. It's got to say so many things and nobody else needs to have it.
Yeah.
And I kind of went, Mind Tamers, because I'm helping people tame their mind. And to my absolute shock, no one had taken that. So I immediately got it on all the platforms, trademarked it, and got the URL.
Yeah, well, I think it's a brilliant name for your business. So my final question, Margaret, is if people would like to connect with you, what's the best place for them to find you?
Either via my website or on LinkedIn.
Lovely. Well, we'll put both of those links into the show notes. And thank you for being my guest today.
Oh, thank you so much. I've had so much fun. It's been a real joy. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Small Business, Big Network. If you found this podcast useful, please do rate, review and subscribe. And don't forget to share it with the rest of your network too.